Hello everybody, one step at a time, day 12. I thought I'd do it outside this afternoon just so that you can see that I do actually go outside. I do venture past the front door. Not very often, but I do. Thanks everybody for comments from last night. I've had everything from, being a big girl's blouse to very brave to say things like that. So it just shows you've got to range your mates, doesn't it? There's some really serious issues in there though around people's mental health, not just in terms of post-COVID. I don't think people think about COVID and think about the impact that it has on your mental health and and what's going on in your head, etc. But it definitely is a big part of this lockdown and people working from home. It's probably nice, saving on fuel and going to work and things like that. But actually, to be honest with you, there's lots of people that I've talked to and they've, commented, saying about people really struggling to make that separation between work and home, and when they're both the same thing, and especially if you're on your own for large periods of time, then that separation, that actually physically getting up and moving and getting out of the house and things like that. I've even had the story of somebody sat on the drive in the car feeling they couldn't go in the house. So my thoughts go out to people who are struggling with lockdown, and I guess there's a real push, isn't there, between or a real conflict between the needs of the economy and the needs of people's mental health and well-being and emotional well-being, and the science around this pandemic, because clearly, although things are starting to come down now, I was just looking at, there's just under 20,000 new cases yesterday, which obviously on the day that I started this, there was 60,000 of us on one day. So that's a massive drop. But it's still 140,000 a week, isn't it? Which to me is massive, that's a huge number. And when we look at when we came out of lockdown in summer of last year, it was down to under 1,000 cases a day. So there's a long way to go to get to where we were, but it seems to me that the vaccination program's doing great. That's 10 million. Okay, there are 68 million people in the country, and I think I heard somewhere that you want 80% coverage in terms of herd immunity. So there's a long way to go, but actually the thought that we might come out of this lockdown with things done that are different to help us means that the lockdown is worth having, and a personal view is I think it's worth having for a bit longer. So I would vote, and this is a very personal thing because I think we've all got different pressures, and especially if you're in the hospitality industry or something like that where the industry is in tatters at the moment, and I have a massive sympathy for people that are in that line of work, in terms of trying to pay the bills and get mortgages and all the rest of it, and it'll take some time to fix. But I'm going to say I'm supportive of keeping the squeeze on for an extra couple of weeks, and let's get the damn thing sorted out properly. Anyway, I've been out walking today, lovely slow, very slow walk. But it's great until you hit a hill, slight incline, and then I start to slow down a bit, and I get tired. So I've been sat down for the last 3 hours and just recovered, and I feel great about it. But long way to go. Anyway, that's for me today. That's it from me today. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Bye.